Alright, so welcome guys to another Z Fold unboxing, and today we're gonna check out the Logitech K480. I'm actually gonna use it with the iPad Pro, the new 11-inch version. And I actually already have the Zund keyboard case for this, but I'm actually looking for a different form factor, and the K480 kind of fits the bill for this. So this is one of the more popular keyboard cases around. It has been maybe 5 years since this was released. So it's not a new version here, but still this is one of the more popular ones around $30. So very nice price for something like this. K480, switch typing between your computer, phone, and tablet. At the other side, you're gonna get type on everything. Enjoy the convenience of desktop typing on your smartphone and tablet. Switch easily between devices here: Windows, Mac, Android, and iOS. And of course, the unique selling point here is you do have that slot for your iPad, for your phone, and yeah, any device that you would want. And of course, you can use it as well with your PC. So this is going to be your unboxing experience and first impressions, guys. This is quite a big keyboard here. So I'm going to compare it quickly with my wireless keyboard. Actually, this is the Sanwa wireless keyboard. The best typing experience that I have seen for this form factor. Looking at this, as you guys can see, it's maybe 60% of the whole size. And then we're gonna compare it to the 60% keyboard that I have here. This is the Philco Manila Air. And as you guys can see, compared to a 60% keyboard, it's maybe 70% of the size. So this is definitely in the bigger side of things. So if you're looking for a compact keyboard, this might not be for you. But of course, the advantage of that is this can be stable, to use. So first impressions again, for the weight, this is quite weighty, definitely more weighty compared to my iPad here. Looking at the thickness, it's quite in the thick side as well. Comparing it to the iPad here, it's almost 2 times the thickness of the iPad. Let's compare it quickly with the Zund wireless keyboard that I have. So there's a keyboard case here, and as you guys can see, it's even thicker than the keyboard case, and compared to the case as well, it's maybe 90%, 80% of the size here. So yeah, this is a big keyboard, guys. If you want to travel light, this might not be the pick that you would want. And looking at the build quality, it's made of plastic and some kind of matte finish here at the back. So it feels really good here. I would say, yeah, Logitech really knows how to build really high quality stuff. I do have a lot of Logitech gear, and they last the test of time, even more so compared to my Razers. Compared to my Steel series, the Logitechs are the best in terms of the longevity for me. And this feels really good in the hand. It feels really well built. And for $30, I think, the build quality overall is really good on this. So looking at the buttons themselves, you have maybe a function key row at the top. You have a number key row here. And you do have, of course, your QWERTY keyboard. And you do have that maybe Apple-esque layout here, very similar to your usual Apple layout. So compared to maybe the Sanwa keyboard, you have some similarities. Of course, you do have that maybe arrow keys at the lower right. And of course, the Sanwa keyboard as well also has that function key at the top. So looking at the keys themselves, so I do type a lot in mechanical keyboards. So first impressions in the typing experience. This is more of a membrane feeling in the hand, more of a brown switch. But definitely it's less tactile than a brown switch here. The clicks here. So if you're gonna go outside, maybe type in a coffee shop, people can hear what you are typing on. Let's compare it quickly to the Sanwa keyboard. So as you guys can see, this is definitely a lot more quiet. It's a lot more talky, let's say. I do find that they're very similar here, but I would give still the edge to the Sanwa in terms of the click. So the click for me in the Logitech is a bit more hollow for me. It's a bit more soft. The Sanwa for me is definitely more clicky. For me, still the Sanwa is really good in the typing experience. But again, the Logitech is not that bad here. So because of that maybe clicky nature, so it will be a little bit more satisfying for you guys to type on this. So definitely compared to maybe my Zund keyboard, the Logitech is gonna be better in that regard. Because for me, I find that the Zund keyboard is a bit hollow. It is in the quiet side, but it's not as satisfying of a feeling, as you guys can see. Compared to the Logitech has more click to it. It's a bit more satisfying to type on. So pros and cons here. This is a bit noisy, maybe too noisy for some people. But definitely that maybe satisfying nature of the typing experience can be good for some people. So pros and cons here. So other controls, you do have that multi-device control. So you just need to switch 1, 2, 3 if you want to switch to a different device here. And also you do have a PC or iOS setup here. And also you're getting AAA batteries at the back as well. All right, so putting it on the table. So yeah, the stability is really good for me here. So the rubber feet at the bottom, it won't move at all. Also because it's a bit heavy device as well. So this will be a stable base for you, even if maybe you have more, you know, heavy or more big iPads here. So we're gonna test this with the iPad Pro 11, and also I do have the 12.9, the old version as well. It's one of the bigger iPads that you can, you know, buy, or maybe it's the biggest iPad that you can buy. So we're gonna check if this can handle it properly. Right now, let's test this out with the iPad Pro 11-inch with a case on. So this is my desired setup for this, because I do want to just, you know, jot it in. And with the case, I don't want to remove the case here. So let's try it first with this format. And yeah, as you guys can see, it does hold in place here. And this is the angle that you are getting. So this is the angle that you are getting for your iPad Pro 11 with the case on. So I've seen some reviews here that you know, recommends that this should be used with the case on. All right, now let's try to pair this up. All right, so if you want to pair, just hold maybe the iOS button or the PC button, and the keyboard K480 will show up. All right, now let's do a typing test here. So we're gonna use notes. So now we're gonna do a typing test. All right, in terms of the typing experience, yes, this is better for me than the Zond keyboard that I have. It's in the clicky side of things, more of a membrane switch feel, but I still found the Sanwa to be a bit more satisfying of a typing experience. But yeah, for, you know, a keyboard iPad case, this is definitely nice. This will be definitely better compared to the Apple iPad keyboard here, but maybe the Magic Keyboard is still gonna be, you know, competitive with this one. But definitely for the price that you're paying for, the typing experience here is really good here. So when you're tapping the screen, it has some wobbles here and there, but I would say not that bad. But this is not something that I want to use for some drawing. So for some drawing, this will be a bit too wobbly for me. So let's try one more thing, one more form factor. So this is one of the unique selling points for me of this. You can go portrait mode. This is gonna be a portrait mode, and it stands well here. So this is not something that you can do with the Apple keyboard, and also not something that you can do with the Zond keyboard as well. So sometimes you know, having portrait mode is quite cool, because maybe you're writing a document, and having that portrait you know, resolution, portrait orientation can be better for you, because you can see maybe a whole bond paper size document. If you're a writer, this might be really cool for you if you're writing a longer documents. All right, so one thing to consider if you're putting your phone here, and if you're putting an iPhone, it might be hard to reach the home button. If you're gonna use this all the time, you might want to put the assistive touch button here in front, so you can, you know, go home easily. And then let's try to switch to the iPad. And now switching to the iPad, let's see if it pairs right away. And it pairs right away without any issues, maybe 2 seconds delay pairing from one device to another here. And yeah, in terms of the, you know, phone, it's actually very stable here. I would say more stable compared to the iPad, but I'm sure that you can get maybe a different case for the iPad that can make it even more stable, because this is a bit wobbly, and for the phone, it's a bit more stable. So yeah, that's you know, the pros and cons here. But yeah, for multiple device pairing, it works like a charm. But it's quite cool that you can have 2 devices here, and it's still very stable. So having that maybe heavier base, having that heavier keyboard is a plus in terms of the stability, because it can hold heavier devices. So actually, let's try out the Apple iPad 12.9-inch. This is the bigger iPad, and let's try to fit, if it fits the K480. All right, so this is now the iPad Pro 12.9. I'm definitely, you know, a lot bigger compared to my 11-inch. So let's try out if this fits. So landscape won't fit for sure. So it's maybe around 1 inch bigger compared to your keyboard. So this is not something that you can use for landscape. But now let's go to the portrait mode, which is definitely something that can fit. So this is the angle that you can have when you're fitting this with your 12.9-inch. For me, if you're gonna use this, you need to have you know, case, so it will be better angled here, but it does support it really well, even for a bigger iPad here. So that's quite cool. So yeah, for the iPad 12.9, it's really big here. Can be still usable for me, especially again if you're gonna be a writer, if you're gonna write long essays and stuff like that. This might be usable, but yeah, it's cool. It's still pretty stable here. All right, now let's try to close this thing. So for the Logitech K480, pros and cons, what do I think of it? I think overall for the $30 price, this is well worth the price that you're paying for. It has a very usable typing experience. It's definitely for me better than my $60 Zund keyboard case, and maybe in the $60 range. This is one of the better ones that you can buy. It's clicky enough, does that ductility, and also it's a full-size keyboard as well. So very similar in size compared to maybe a 60% keyboard. So the typing experience for a Logitech is really good. In terms of the usability, of course, it's a multi-device system. You can switch easily from your PC, from your phone to an iPad, and that's definitely a unique selling point. You cannot see that in your iPad keyboard. So in terms of the versatility, this will be cool. Build quality is really good. So for Logitech, they really know how to make their stuff. This will last you the test of time. I do have a Logitech mouse, and after 10 years, it's still working. So Logitech is something that I can trust because of the longevity of a product. And of course, it works like a charm as well. When I tested it with an iPad, even if you did multi-device switching, works like a charm. So I think for $30, this is well worth the price that you are paying for. In terms of cons, this might be too big for some people. So if you're looking for a compact keyboard, this might not be something that you can get. I think this is one of the major disadvantages of this. So this might be a bit too big, especially thinking that you're gonna go to an iPad because it's really small and light here, and it's even bigger than the iPad. So this might be a tough sell for those people looking for portability in their lives. You might be better off getting a Magic Keyboard in that regard. Also, maybe the Zund keyboard is thinner as well compared to this setup. But yes, if you're looking for performance, stability, and yeah, for the price you're paying for, I think this is a really good buy here. Alright, so that's my take with the K480. Of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next default unboxing. Goodbye.